Hi, everybody. How are you this evening? Brooke Slow, happy birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday. So we'll get some cards out for you in a minute. Some happy birthday cards. Yay. So there's a reason why I'm doing a live tonight. So I'm doing a live tonight because Wednesday night is the monthly feed for Alicia's Moonmoth Manor. So that it's the monthly update. So I'm going to go to her live. So I'm on this live. So, oh, thank you, Sunny Girl. You know what? Let me put my ticker on there. So, actually, I think my PayPal, I think I have a different handle now. Yeah, I really appreciate that. The Venmo and Cash App are both Fortune Cookies Tarot. And what did you ask me about PayPal? Let me see what my PayPal is. I think I changed it so that they were all the same. Yes, my PayPal is at Anna Von Scuttlebutt. It is correct in my in the ticker that's going across the bottom. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sunny Girl, for helping out. Hi, Tarot Destiny. Everybody's jumping in. So, all right. So we got a birthday. So I think Brooke Slow. I think we need to do a reading for you. I'm not going to debut this deck just yet. I will show you guys what this is in a minute. This one. So hold your horses. I don't want to do that one just yet. And we'll put on this camera. So we'll get you a little birthday present, Brooke Slow. All right, so Brooke Slow, what do you need to have a good year? Thanks, Sunny Girl. What do you need to have a great year? So this year has been all about becoming more independent, not working with a crowd, not working with a collective, which can be really difficult. And sometimes we can feel very vulnerable when we do that. So do not feel vulnerable about this. Once you get over the fear of being alone and working alone, it's going to give you a lot of freedom and it's going to create a lot of movement in your life. So that being said, let's take a look at the next 12 months. Everybody that's coming in, it's Brooke Slow's birthday. Say happy birthday. Throw up some cake. Let's see what your year is going to be like. We'll do month by month. We'll do 12 cards. 12 cards. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sarah. That was so awkward. Did you see that? Oh my God, this is great. Breaking away from your system, from the system and building your own homestead. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a little a jump, but it is what it is. So for January, lots of celebrations, lots of good stuff's going to be coming up. It's going to be a great month. You're going to be coasting. I feel finances are going to be smooth. So this looks really good for you. Happy start to the year. And February, we're going to be working together, putting some more plans together. So if this is building the homestead, you'll be pulling in some other identities, some other people, some other contractors to help work that out. Maybe some other think tank people. I'm feeling like there's some people that you're going to like share ideas about homesteading. And March, March, you're going to be pretty content with all the planning that's in place and also with the pacing. So it looks like things will slow down in March, possibly because of like weather. I don't know if you're building up on a mountain, but it feels like mudslide season. So you may have to just wait a little bit longer. Feels like the ground is very wet and unstable. So March, April, you're going to have a lot of things to take care of all at once. This is going to be a little bit overwhelming. So just take your time, do one thing at a time. May will get to slow down a little bit. This feels like it's more of a personal choice to slow down the project. It feels like you're going to just kind of go in and try and focus on family and the people instead of focusing on the location that you're all going to get into eventually. So what did I say? May, June, again, this is going to be, a little bit more of a respite from it. I think you're going to really enjoy the summer. You're going to move into the summer like, I'm just going to enjoy it. Let's see what July is like. July is when you start thinking about moving things along again. Now this feels like we get into the thick of construction and taking care of the ground and everything. It feels like everything is more settled now, more so than it was in March. So August, you're really going to start to see the, oh no, it's not my birthday. It's Brooke Slow's birthday, Gilded Girl. Brooke Slow. So not my birthday. I'm a July baby. I'm a Cancer. I'm a crybaby Cancer. So, where are we? Hang on. What did I say? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So let's see what September is all about. September, you're going to be working with other people. This is also an outgrowth of the collaboration that you're going to do with some of these people about homesteading. This is going to, like, you're going to have people that are like, I'll give you a hand with that. And they're going to show up. October, we're looking really good, but you're going to want to button everything up. November, this looks like when we get to move. This is like our moving on card. And then December, there you are, settled, very content, very happy with your choice. So I hope that was fun for you. I did it fast, so you got to remember it. Hang on, I'm getting pop-ups for lawyer.com. I don't know why. So everybody, that's oh, Gilded Girl, you're popping off. Oh. Hi Jay, how are you? So all right, so now that we got that done, now that we got a birthday party going, we're having a birthday. So you got a new deck. Want to see a new deck? It's a weird deck. So yeah, it's Brooke Slow. It's a slow and steady year, but you get to make the choices about when you slow down. It's not like there's anything holding you back. Okay. All right. So, Debbie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hang on one second. We're going to debut a deck for you. So this is a really cool deck, and I bought it for myself, and I was going to have somebody put it in my stocking, but I couldn't wait. So I got to thinking, I know you all love this super gilded tarot, this super crazy, super involved, super decorated golden tarot. And I said, well, what if I got like a really basic, simple tarot? How about stick figures? How much fun is this? Funny joke. My daughter's an artist. He's an artist. I could not draw if someone held a gun to my head. And I actually had someone try and teach me, an artist tried to teach me. He just kept saying, it's just measuring. Why aren't you getting it? I'm like, I have no spatial understanding of anything. So I thought this is like, the very basic that the deck could be. I mean, look at the sun card. Yay! It's super adorable. So So Deborah, I'm going to read for you with this. What does 2023 have in store for you? Let's do the 12 months. We'll do 12 months. We'll see what your 12 months are like. I just did one for Brooke Slow for birthday. So we'll do a 12-month for, and you know what? These are so brandy. I literally just got them out of the mail. So I did not have time to put together my Yule log. I was going to bring the Yule log today so that you guys could see how I do that as part of the Charming Homes thing. And I'm going to have to do it possibly tomorrow. I'll probably do a production video for you guys. All right. Whoops, sloppy shuffle. Everybody have a drink. There was our sloppy shuffle. First one of the night. Break the seal. Let's see. I still have sloppy shuffle. Oh, nope. Hang on. Hi, Nikki. I'm trying to keep up in the chats, guys. I see Let Them Ponies. Thank you, Sunny Girl. You guys are the best. You really are. So, I have a funny story for you guys after I do Deborah's reading. About yesterday. I put a live up and I saw some of you were in there. But I didn't see it until this morning. So, but there's a funny reason why I was doing that. So, all right, Deborah. What do we got going on? These crazy cards. So January, there's going to be some indecision. Okay, January is going to be the month where you can't quite get to the point that you want to. You can't get to the conclusion that you want to. So don't worry about that. We'll see what's in February. February, we have the Empress. You don't want to take care of anybody. You want to deal with anyone's nonsense. You just want to kind of cruise along. You're going to be your own Valentine, that kind of a vibe. March, we have that King of Cups in reverse. So this is like getting annoyed with people very quickly. This is having a low tolerance for bullshit. That's your March. April, now we're starting to get happy. Okay, so it looks like the first 3 months out of the year, you're going to be kind of sorting and prioritizing. Okay, not able to make these decisions, focusing more on taking care of yourself. This is going to be like a hard truth for you in February. You're going to have to take care of yourself. And then this is like having this low tolerance for bullshit in March. And then like, you're going to kind of clear the path. Like this is like decluttering your like social life. You're decluttering your social life. Oh, your birthday's in April. Oh, that's great. Okay. January, February, March, April, May. We get into things are happening very quickly. You're going to be steaming through May to get to June, which is going to be a closing out, an ending of a cycle. So we got the death card here. Look how funny this little death card is. I seriously, like I couldn't even draw this if I had to. That's how bad of an artist I am. So here we're going to be in a new cycle, welcoming in a new cycle. So January, February, March, April, May, June. Let's see what July brings. July is going to be about having patience with the change. So, hi, serendipity, darling. So when we change, this is like birth. Okay. So we have to be gentle with ourselves while we're building up and developing and having that, baby, whatever it is. Also while we're actually birthing it and then when we're recovering from it. So this is a little bit more time of recovery for you. So what did I say? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. August, we get into the wish card. Now, August, I think you're going to be mopping up a bunch of things from the transition, from the changes, and a kind of healing. So you're going to be mopping up a little bit more. So sit tight on that. Don't worry about it. That's, the 9 of Cups in reverse is the reverse wish card, but don't worry about it. It's not a reverse wish card. It's just, it's like you're not quite comfortable in your shoes or in your clothes yet. Okay. So then we get into the, what did I say? I'm losing track of these. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. We're at September. Back to school. You're going to start letting these barriers down. October. Now we're going to start to see things in the future coming faster. And this Tower card in November looks like you're going to execute a change. You're going to make some change happen in November. So this could be like a whole year of pruning your friends list. Then we get into December, the Knight of Swords. This is just cutting out all the bullshit. I think your year is going to be all about pruning the things that aren't working, getting rid of the dead leaves, getting rid of the dead branches, casting off anything that's going to sap the energy. So I don't know if any of you are gardeners, but when we do that pruning, when you have dead foliage on your plant, you want to cut it off, because what your plant's going to do is it's going to send some energy there to heal up that part of the plant, and the other parts of the plant are going to suffer as a result. So what you want to do is get rid of the things that don't serve well. This isn't like, get rid of the people that, you can't use to your benefit or anything like that. These are the people that are kind of pulling you down. So I see you asked Deborah, any love interest. Let's see if we get any love interest. We have any Romeos in the deck. Oh, we got a 5 of Wands. I'll take that. And that was a sloppy shuffle. You can all drink. There we go. Put up another sloppy shuffle. Any love interests. There's something about being outside, Deborah, in the spring. Something about being outside in the spring. Did I tell you that before? I think I did. But this is like grassy areas. This is like someplace grassy. So any love interest. So we've got, I'm not seeing anybody yet, but that doesn't mean that somebody's not going to show up. That doesn't mean that it's a year without love, a year without Cupid. Not, it's not hard and fast. Oh my God, these cards are really cute. Are they reading really well? They look like they're reading so well on the camera. So what we'll do is work together with the group. And I think you're going to meet someone through this group, through this social group. I think, he's just not in the vicinity yet. Let's put it that way. He's just really not there yet. So we're going to pull him in. When you meet him, you'll know it. You're definitely going to know who he is. Like it's going to be that bolt of lightning kind of moment where you go, oh, there you are. So I think you'll recognize him right away as someone special, just not a person that's just kind of tra-la-laing past you. But there's still, you need to take this year for yourself. So as much as you would like to get somebody put in there, you have to do the work on yourself. You've got to do the pruning, get all those, dead leaves out of your life. You've got to cut all that out. And then you're going to free up the energy for a dude to come in. Is he out there? Is he out there? He's not out there yet. Chariot in reverse. And then we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So he's not out there yet. There's a couple of pieces of the puzzle on his side too. It's the way that I'm seeing it intuitively is I'm seeing that you're like on one side of a river and he's on the other side, and there's no bridge. There's no bridge in between yet. So I don't worry about that. That can always change. That doesn't mean that you're going to be separated from each other forever. So so we can, serendipity. Oh, serendipity. That is good news. So Deborah, I hope you like that. Penny, I will do that 12 month for you in a minute, because you are Peach and we didn't do it on Saturday night. So serendipity, let me do this. Okay. Oh, has he left the evil woman? Let me see. So the communication has broken down. There's a lot of voices there. Oh, she's love bombing him. She's love bombing him. She's trying to keep him. He's not really interested in working on this with her. Underneath it all, she wants to keep her home. Here, I'm sorry. This is trying to find a spot for it. I'll move it up as soon as it's the Four of Wands over here. This is under the surface. So, all right. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. She is, trying to either maintain the lie, the storyline that she's told him, trying to maintain that hold on him. She's also bringing some other people into this. I don't know if she has other people bolstering her storyline, if she's got people, talking in his ear. Rest assured, he's not really digging this. He's not really interested in continuing at this moment, but she's love bombing him. She's putting everything she's got into it. Every minute of her day, she's trying to pull him back in so that she can have this happy home. Okay, so let's take a look at him. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel like he's so exhausted that he can't leave, but he doesn't want to stay. He's just so wrung out. He's very tired. Get a little bit. She's coming through very, very strong. Her energy field is incredibly strong right now. So let's see. It's not a happy home. She's definitely trying to keep the money in place. It's a lot of text messaging, a lot of emailing back and forth. So there's an electronic paper trail on their communications. She's doing that for a reason. I think she's doing that in case they do split up, because I think he's told her, I want out. I think he said, I really just don't want to be a part of this anymore. It just, seems stupid. But she's still trying to keep that peaceful household, trying to turn that peaceful household around. So let's see. Let's do the next few months for him. Okay. I think he's really tired, Serendip. Oh, okay. Wait, you've got a couple questions here. Does she have other women talking to him? Let's see. Yeah, I think she does. I think she's got other people in there. But it's like, like her girlfriend comes for a cup of coffee and like they're all talking, like they're talking loudly so that he can hear it. She's trying to maintain that house, and she's crafty. She's crafty fish. She's willing to ride that out, as long as she needs to. She's just like, oh, I'll just let this happen for a while. I wanted to pull out some Lenormand too. I think we're going to do some Lenormand. Let me put this over here. So, all right, let me go back to your question. You feel like he's hiding it from you. Let me see if he's hiding. Yeah, he feels like a failure on this. He feels like he really mucked up his life with this one. So he's a bit embarrassed about it. Wants to hide his face, doesn't want anyone to see, feels really dumb. There's that Knight of Wands in reverse again. Can't get back to where he needs to go. It was a slippery slope with her. And even though she doesn't live there, I think the money is flowing toward her. I just think it is. It just feels like there's some money going toward her. So keep that in mind. I want to do a little Lenormand for him. So let's do that. We'll just see what the next few months will be like. I love this Lenormand deck. I love this side of it. Not this side. Not so much. I don't like this. Hi, Karen. I don't know if I said hi before. How are you? So we have Lily's ship, Rider, House, Key. Lilies are unexpected things, unexpected oddities that are going to happen. So it doesn't necessarily, this isn't like the bouquet where it's like, yippee, I got a present. This is like unexpected, I don't know what's coming in. Then the ship is traveling, moving on into another direction, moving into a new phase, something like that. Rider brings us messages. Home is where the home is. That is our foundation, our grounding and key. So for me, what this says is that this whole wild card here, okay, which is what we can consider the lilies. We can call that, the wild card that's going to bring forth the message about the homestead, and that is the key, his foundations. So really what we want to do is he needs to reestablish himself on both feet. Instead of leaning on someone, he needs to really, really reestablish his firm foundation on his own and not with this individual. He needs to be a singleton, not part of a couple. And that is where he's going to get his strength. Again, like, energetically speaking, his energy is being diverted in a whole bunch of different directions. She feels very, very erratic and very dramatic. And I'm one of those people. I'm very dramatic. Yay. I'm very extra. I'm, very emotional. Gregopedia is not. So, something like this, I kind of understand, the exhaustion that he feels from the energy. How about you, Greg? You feel the exhaustion from the energy? He can't even talk. but felt. So yeah, I think, and again, like I tell you guys that our energetic field is about 6 feet out from us. When we're around somebody and they're within that 6 feet, your energies are going to meld. And sometimes you get one of those dominant energies that's going to really interfere with your space. So Serendip, I think he's, in a nutshell, I think that, Serendipity sent you hugs, honey, for your exhaustion, for dealing with your crazy wife. I think that he is embarrassed that the relationship has gone quite so inequitable in terms of the two of them. And I think he is, exhausted just from dealing with her. I think she's a lot of work. Let me grab some water. All right. So Penny. All right, Penny. Everybody's so happy here. Oh, Penny, you didn't have to do that. So we're going to do Penny's 12-month right now. Let's see what goes on. This was just going to be a gift, Penny. Sheesh. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Everybody, I appreciate all your super stickers and super chats and PayPals and all that jazz. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I really am making an effort to show up for you all. I didn't do any production videos this weekend. I was wrapping presents, and I had before I do Pennies. So yesterday, one of my girlfriends came over, and she's a psychic. She's tarot card reader, but she's also a hypnotherapist. We're gonna do a little collab, and we'll do a past life regression on here. It's not what she does. It's not her primary hypnosis that she does, but she more works with like PTSD and addictions and smoking, losing weight, those kinds of things. So she wanted to play around with the StreamYard platform. So I had her come over, and I said, we'll just like set it up. She doesn't have StreamYard. So I said, we'll just set it up like we're doing a live. And when I turned on my computer this morning, or when I woke it up, I saw there was a bunch of people in the chats. They're like, oh, is she coming on? I was like, oh, no. I didn't realize that I'd set it up for yesterday and not today. Like, I was just going to delete it this morning. So I was very embarrassed, but I apologize if anyone was waiting. So let's see what Penny's next year is going to be like. And if you guys want your own 12-month reading, I mean, we're at the end of the year. I could do 12-month readings for everybody if you want. Just fire it up. You got me for a couple hours. All right, Penny. So let's see. January looks like it's going to be a little bit challenging. Looks like we're going to have some catching up to do from the holidays. We're going to have some work that we have to do. This feels like there's going to be a lot of overtime, but there are going to be some bills that you have to square up on. So that's actually going to be a good thing. You're not going to be having super fun. So not the worst thing in the world. February, you're going to be coming out of a duller period romantically. So, when I read February, I always like head right for the romance section. So this is going to be coming out of a dull period. So I think we talked, maybe you have a visitor coming, someone coming to hang out, or you're going to put something together. That's probably toward February. That's going to come to fruition. March, Page of Pentacles. Now, this is an indecision card. When we get the Page of Pentacles in reverse, this is like, I don't know what I want to do. Should I stay? Should I go? So I think you're going to have some indecision that you hit in March. April's looking good. Spring fever. Things are going to be good. You're going to be moving on. So whatever this indecision is, it may be starting a new chapter. You may be moving on into something new. So that is kind of neat. I'm just going to move everybody to the left a little bit. To the left, to the left. We're going to do what is that? The something slide? I don't know. Gregopedia doesn't know what it is. So April, let's look at, what is it? The cha-cha slide? Is that to the left, to the left? What? Did you know? Well, you were being quiet. But no, is that the one that goes to the left, to the left, to the left, the wedding dance? Oh, see, he knows more than I do. So now, 2 of Wands. What's that? If I had to say you were wrong, if I had to say you were right, then we'd both be wrong, right? If I agree with you, we'd both be wrong. So here we are in January, February, March, April, May. It looks like this indecision, new beginnings. Now we're starting to make some plans here for new beginnings. Okay. This is the actual planning part. This is also our card of traveling overseas or traveling over water. So that's something to keep in mind. June, it looks like we're going to be maybe reordering those plans, maybe kind of pulling back on the plans a little bit, maybe not such an extravagant plan, maybe pulled back. July, we're going to see, again, this is, we're seeing money go. So money may have to get diverted in June and July to different things other than this traveling, going abroad, leveling up into this new thing. So you may have some financial stuff that kind of gets in the way. This is like stupid bills that like get in the way, like stupid expenses that get in the way. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, this looks like it's all going to free up. We're going to get loosened up here. We're going to get out of the bullshit. We're not going to have a lot of wrangling to have to deal with. September, all the anxiety is going to go away. Now everything's going to start to smooth out. So August, September, we're going to see some pressures alleviated. June and July, I think we're going to feel the pressures, and then they're going to alleviate in September and October. November, now we're really starting to see things come to fruition. So November is going to be about putting things together. So when I teach tarot, and forgive me if you've heard me say this before, when I teach tarot, what I do is I teach the pips like you're building a house. So Ace, you get the idea you're going to build a house. 2, you find your architect. 3, you contract all your contractors and you get everybody on board. So these are all the people that are going to make it happen. 4, we break ground, we build the ground floor. We have the supports in place. So this is where all of the planning is going to start to come to fruition. This is where our plans are going to be finalized, and that's going to be November of next year. And then here we go, December of next year. Here's Mr. Wonderful holding his big stick. This is going to be where all of the plans take effect. Everybody's moving forward at the same pace and at the same time. So looks like you're going to have kind of a back and forth year. It's going to go just back and forth a little bit, but sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes the universe holds us back so that we can kind of catch our breath or pull some more money in or do what we have to do. Now I saw a PayPal pop up. I just want to see if that was one of you guys. Let me see. I don't know if it was one of you guys or if it was one of my other clients from today. Hi, Selena, for entertainment. All right, Selena. Selena, you're getting 12 cards too. How about that? So this is what I'm doing for you guys today. Thank you so much for buying me a deck. Basically, what I do with all this money. Just buy decks with them. All right, Selena, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So, January, things are going to feel a little out of control in January. You're not going to feel like you have it together. You're not going to feel like you can bring home the bacon fried up in a pan and still make everybody happy. You're going to be kind of juggling a lot. The best thing I can tell you here is just hit pause every now and then. You can't be everything. You can't be everywhere at all times. Sometimes you have to just stop and take a bubble bath. Okay. February. Don't be too upset if you get disappointed on Valentine's Day. We've got this King of Cups who's not necessarily thinking about how he can best serve his queen. So don't be disappointed. I would say I used to buy myself chocolates every Valentine's Day, whether or not I had a spouse or not. When I was single, I would buy myself fancy underwear. And there was one year that Victoria's Secret, they gave away truffles with like every $150 purchase. And I had like 5 boxes of truffles in my house because I kept going back. But I've fabulous lingerie wardrobe as a result. But don't be disappointed. You know, sometimes they don't know how to be a Valentine. Let's put it that way. Let's see what's happening in March. In March, it looks like you are finally going to be taking that time for yourself and kind of resting and recovering and looking back on everything that you've done. This really isn't a rest and recovery card. This is really like an active resting card. Like you're thinking about things, you're processing things, but it's in a quiet environment so that you can do it on your own. So April looks like April, we're going to be running around a little bit. April is tax time. I'm getting the sense that taxes are going to be a little bit tricky for you this year. I don't know if you have additional things that you need to put together for the accountant, but I would start now. All right. I would start working on if you have some complicated taxes, I would start working on the taxes now just to make sure that you have everything in place. Get them over to the accountant. Say, here's everything. Tell me if you need anything else. I did that one year in like the middle of January, and my former accountant, reached out to me the night before April 15th and was like, yeah, I'm missing $10,000 here. And I'm like, what? So he didn't have one of our tax records for the house and was basically going to let us fry for it. So, but nonetheless, so January, February, March, April, May, it looks like you're going to be moving on from whatever disappointment it was from the last couple of months. Don't worry about it. All hearts will heal. June, Page of Pentacles. Here, this is trying to rebuild some financial coffers. So, if you do have this tax trouble, I would say, see if you can do a payoff over time, or if you owe taxes or something like that. You need to not pay out all the money that gets into your pocket. You need to stash a little bit of it away, just so that you can kind of rebuild that nest egg. It'll take you longer to pay off whatever you have to pay off, but don't worry about that. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, we get into new beginnings. Everything's starting to feel much better at this point. And then August, we're starting to make plans for the future, starting to reorganize how we run our ship here. So be aware of that. That's one of your goals for the year. So if you have a day planner or something like that, or if you write down your goals at the beginning of New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something, this is going to be plan better. Okay. Not like Charlie Sheen, plan better, but like, fail to plan to fail. So this is like a plan better kind of thing. You need to have you know, the months planned out, what you're going to accomplish, what you need to accomplish, what you need to pay out. And bringing in professionals is not a bad idea. I always tell everybody, I'm a professional tarot card reader, but I'm not an accountant. I'm not a doctor. You know, I like bring a professional in. Okay. So that's something that you should pay attention to. So wait, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, we're going to see a little bit of negative incomes here. It looks like you're just going to be struggling to put some more money into the bank and kind of bolster yourself. October, here again, you know, it's the bills are going to get in the way. I think we're all doing that. November, this is about the give and take. This is going to be the month where you start to see the give and take. Okay, so we have to be careful about the money that we hand out. So it's nice to be generous. It's nice to be helpful to other people, but sometimes we got to dial that back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what I thought. So we get to December of next year, and let me just throw that. That was sloppy wands. Here, we'll make that a sloppy shuffle. Sloppy shuffle. So December, the Fool in reverse. Now I have another deck. I have the Curious Creatures Tarot, and there's a Fool 2.0, which is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And the Fool in reverse is sometimes like that. This is like we're being very reckless and foolish, and we're trying to do the same things over and over again. So, again, plan out your year. This year is going to be a good year to plan. Let's get a center card. Center card is 10 of Swords, and then under the surface is Strength. So I always tell people, if there's an issue with responsibility or finances or anything like that, it's like decluttering. I'm like very big on decluttering. Okay. And there's a lady that I follow on flylady.net, FLYLADY.net. And she says, in the course of cleaning or decluttering your house, it didn't get that way in a day. You're not going to clean it in an hour. So you're just going to have to go bit by bit and just kind of restore everything to, a more reasonable workload, expectation load. So I hope that helped. Thank you so much again for your contribution, Selena. So I'm scrolling through. All right. Serendipity. Oh, your new neurosurgeon. Oh, that's great. Oh, good. Good for you. But you may have to have another surgery. Well, you know what? I think that'll be fine. Yeah, we definitely, let's all send some healing energy to Serendipity. I'm just going through. Aw, thank you, Serendipity. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Facebook user. Tell me what your name is and put it in bold. There's my sloppy shuffle. Oh, Sarah, these are my favorite readings. I love doing house readings. So you're buying a house. Pull a couple of cards for that. I love doing real estate readings. There's one that you like. I don't know if you've landed on it yet, but there's one that you like, and it's I guess it's a cape. I live in a cape. Do we live in a cape? Is our house considered a cape, Greg? I don't know if it is either. I think it is. I think it's supposed to be. But the house that I'm seeing for you, I think it's a cape. There's some like brownish reddish color on it, and I'm not certain if it's the trim or if the roof is like a brownish reddish. But I'm seeing like some mustardy gold trim. I know it sounds ugly what I'm describing, but it's not. It's very cute. It's very warm. And I'm getting a porch. I'm seeing like a porch just on the front of the house. So if you've got this house in mind, okay, and I'm not looking at the rest of the comments just yet, there's going to be some issues with it. Okay, so not like structural, like serious issues, but there's going to be some things that'll come up on the inspection that you're going to dicker back and forth. It's going to hold up the deal a little bit. And part of the issue for this is that I think the current owners don't have the money to do the repair, but they need the money from the house. It's like a very typical real estate situation. So they need the money from the house to get into another place. They may be in a tighter position financially, or they may be just foolish. But it looks like they're going to kind of screw up the sale a little bit. But I think your real estate agent and their real estate agent are going to be like, come on, we can make this happen. Like the deal doesn't have to fall through. So I think that they'll try and work with you. Now, are we gonna buy this house? Ah, there we go. This is a house that you love. So tell me in the comments if this is making sense, if you already know what this house is. There's going to be some things that are going to come up on the inspection report. Don't be freaked out. Everything's fixable. My girlfriend Jessica got a hell of a deal on a house, and the main beam in the house was not holding up the house anymore. The whole floor went like this, and they got the house pretty inexpensively, and they got a guy to go in there and rebeam it. And all's well that ends well, and the house is worth way more than they actually paid for it. So, of course, this is pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, before real estate prices went absolutely bananas. So, so let's see what you have to do to just get through this. I mean, the sale on our house was awful. It just went on and on forever. And it wasn't our fault. It wasn't the seller's fault. It was the real estate agent who was mucking up the whole thing. So, but we love this house. I will haunt this house. My mother says that about her house. I say it about my house. I'm going to haunt this one. My living room is my favorite place in the world. So what do you have to do to get this to go through? And tell me in the comments what you guys think of this deck. I'm going to see when I go down a little bit further, but I want to know if it's reading well. I think it's reading really well. So, okay, don't get upset. There is going to be a happy ending at the end of this, okay? So if you feel yourself getting really, really tense about the whole process, just take a breath and kind of recenter yourself, because there is an end in sight, especially if you are in the middle of the contract process. Things will go quickly to a favorable conclusion. Part of the problem is they're sad to leave the house. I don't think if you have this house in mind, I don't think that this family wants to leave as much as they have to leave. I think that they've got some financial issues, and this is going to correct them, or at least take some pressure off them. But they do actually love the house. So, add that into the equation of selling the house and having some issues with it and not having the money to do the repairs properly. If he gets lippy with you, if the seller gets, pretty lippy with you, just go silent. Let your real estate agent and your attorney, if you're in a state that uses attorneys, just let them deal with it. This is like a money situation for them. It's don't take it personally. This is not your problem. The rest of the team will be working to help this couple get out of the house. They've got a great buyer. They've got you. You're ready to go. You've got your pre-approval, and they're just all the other players that are in the sale team are going to help this individual get out of the house. And there we go. It's teamwork moving forward. And there we are in our happy little home. There it is. Yay. So I don't know if you do have a house picked out, just, kind of keep in mind those things, and rely heavily on your sales team, whether it's your real estate agent, your closing attorney, your title agent, whomever. Lean on them. They're going to help. If this guy gives you a hard time, or I shouldn't say this guy, if the sellers give you a hard time, if they're, balking at things, there's a reason for it. And no one ever wants to say, I can't afford to do that repair. Nobody ever wants to say that. So, you can just kind of work with them where, this guy, I think, is going to kind of play hardball because he doesn't want anybody to know that he has financial problems. So just, kind of pay attention to what's going on. Hi, Charlotte. Throw me a question, honey bunny. Did you have a question? You know what? It's always the first, right? Greg and I, we looked at Oodles, but this house was the first one that we looked at by ourselves. It was for sale by owner. And we made an offer in the driveway. We didn't even look at the inside. We were like, okay, we're making an offer on this. So I know, I love that love at first sight kind of thing. Oh, thanks, Sarah. So the description was good. All right. So applied to join the police academy. Well, I thank you for your service and for heeding the call. We are very, very proud of our blue family people. So let's see. And is this Charlotte? Charlotte, is it you? I think it is. I think that's Charlotte. I don't know how many people are. I only get a watcher count for YouTube. I don't think that's a total count. I think I just get the YouTube. So Facebook people, make sure you like the video. Okay, I got you, Charlotte. I got you. All right. So you applied for police academy. Everybody throw some blue hearts up for Charlotte. Throw some blue hearts up. So, okay. So it's going to take a little bit for you to hear back. So don't sit by the phone waiting for them to call. Okay. What I want you to do is focus on, the aspects of police work and just explore some alternate avenues if you can. It feels like this may not be a straight path. Like it may not be apply for police academy. You get in, you go to police academy. Feels like there may be some delays there. So I don't know. Just keep looking. Like this is like if you were looking for a job and you got an interview and you just stopped looking for any other jobs because you had an interview, like hanging your hat on all that. So will you get into the police academy? Will they ask you? Still uncertain. I'm getting an uncertain answer on that. Possibly because they just don't have all the information in yet. They may not. Now, when we read tarot, we read the current energies that are happening right now. So they may not have all the applications to go through them and pull out the ones that are going to go through. They're going to go through the whole course. So, I would just sit tight, follow up with them as needed, as whatever is appropriate. You may want to talk to the recruitment team, or however you got to connect with the police academy and your local department. I don't know if you're going through your local department or if you're just going straight to police academy. I know in our town we've a fairly large police force here, and what happens is they will put candidates through the police academy, and then they have a requisite time that they have to work here in town. Historically, they would all stay here. Now they seem to be scattering all over the place. They don't typically stay in town, which is a disappointment, but not anymore. Now they're starting to stay. Oh, okay. So now they're starting to stay. Yay. So we're keeping our recruits now. This is something that you can explore, like kind of doing, a different avenue. Hey, we got 19 people on here. Throw some blue hearts up for Charlotte, please. Thanks, Serendipity and Penny. We need some hearts. Throw some hearts up. So I'm going to throw some hearts up. Where's my emojis? There we go. It's not an easy job. God bless you if you got the calling. So I would keep looking at that. There is this Page of Pentacles here that tells me that this is our new beginning. And this is, the Pentacles is like a badge. And we do see Pentacles as a badge or as a shield. For some people that are in the service, we do get that card for individuals that are doing that. We've got it down here, but in reverse. So I think they're just still reviewing all of the applications. This is a very on the fence kind of thing. This is not Seven of Wands is balancing when it's upright. In reverse. Thanks, guys. Thanks for putting the hearts up for her. When we get it in reverse, it's really like an indecision kind of situation. So Hangman tells you sit there, be patient, think about the effects around you of your actions. Just, you want to keep looking at that. So I would, stick with it for sure. Keep following up. I'm curious. My email is FortuneCookiesTarot@gmail.com. Let me know how that works out. I'm very curious about that, because it really is a very indecisive moment for them. So yeah, I think maybe a few more days. Send me an email. I'm a little crazy at my day job, but send me an email and we'll see what we come up with. So do we want to do some gossip? You guys, oh, you're very welcome, Charlotte. Best of luck. I absolutely, it is a very noble profession. So great respect for what you're going to do. It's a tough job now. It's not an easy job. So you are the shield that guards the realms of man in the night. I think that's what it is. So, thanks, Sunny Girl. Thanks for throwing that up, sweetie. So gossip. We want to talk about the Harkles? So I got to tell you guys, today on my YouTube feed, you get like recommended stuff. And I had one particular YouTube channel. I'm not going to say it because I just, I don't want to say it. You guys can ask me about it later. It was a pro Meghan and Harry channel. Wow. Like, there's zero substance to anything that they were saying. Even the comments, I was kind of blown away. I was like, so, I like to be devil's advocate. Like, let's see, what other people have to say. Let's see if they maybe can convince me otherwise. So, I gave it a shot, and I couldn't stand it for very long. It was pretty annoying. I am not really sure how anyone can support them at this point. Oh, also, I had a my "You Okay, Brittany" video. I had somebody come for me in the comments, and I actually had to. They were like, "Oh, I was being disrespectful to people with mental illness," and I was like, "Oh, geez, like I'm sorry you felt that way." And then I went back and I rewatched my video, and I was like, the only person I called crazy was myself. I was like, I thought I was pretty careful. And I was like, I don't know what you thought I was, rude about. Oh, so yeah. Famous Fortunes with the picture readings. What Famous Fortunes with the picture readings was awesome is right. Like that's a great series that he's doing. I love that. All right. So let's see and I'm fully starting to believe that they purposely want negative PR. Like I'm starting to believe like there's no way that this is legit. So let's see. Are they purposely doing this to get negative PR? Are they jump out card? The Fool. So the Fool tells us that she is just, I shouldn't say she, they are just behaving erratically. Like they are just jumping from one thing to the next. They have a scaffolding there. They have a plan, but they're just kind of going from one thing to the next. Look at that. Look. And this is the perfect deck for Harry. I'm sorry. So this is him going from the itty bitty earner to the big time earner. Oh, and look at all that abundance. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, and then we got the Judgment card. Let's scoot off to the side here. And then we get Celebration. Who's celebrating though? The Devil in reverse. So that's going to be in the Page of Swords. And the Sneaky Snacker card. Oh, man. So this is what I'm getting here. Okay. Little bitty earner to the big earner. Now we're living plush. Everything's looking good. We're happy, happy, happy. Judgment comes along. We're going to celebrate. We have a breaking away. This is who's celebrating. People that are breaking away are celebrating. And there's negative comments on social media, and all this negativity is going to come out. So is this Sunny Girl? We're going to call this that Harry deck. I don't want to ruin it. So sloppy shuffle. Everybody drink. There's your sloppy shuffle, people. So who's breaking away? Who's breaking away? Who's breaking away? When I pulled the Devil card, I intuitively was getting that this was like the agents, the managers, those kinds of people. That's who I was kind of getting. So let's see. Who is it? Who's breaking away? Page of Wands. This is the brains behind the operation. The Two of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse. This is, I think it's Famous Fortunes that gets the King of Swords. I think he gets the King of Swords all the time. And that's kind of what this is. This is the guy behind the curtain, the guy who is making all these things happen. He's the one who's going to break away. He's the one who's going to reveal negativity on the internet. We're going to pull that up. Negativity on the internet. And also he's going to reveal all the shadiness. Here's our Seven of Swords in reverse. You know what this means? This means that bad blood will out. We're going to see what's going on here. So, I don't think it's going to be him. Serendipity. I think he's, well, let's see. Let's get a read on Omid Scobie. What a name. It's a great name. Rolls right off your tongue. Let's see if he's still a true believer. True believer. Five of Cups. He's not getting what he wants out of this situation. Five of Pentacles. Hangman in reverse. I think I'm loving this deck, guys. And then we have Hierophant. Clarify this Hierophant. Another 5 and 4 and a 7 and a Devil in reverse. So I know he is like Captain Sugar, but this reading is not saying that. Oh, the moon. Do one more down. Oh, Serendip, you ready for this? So, all right. We got 5s and 7s here. 4s, 5s, and 7s. Sorry. So we got 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 7. So when we're in the middle of the numbers, we're in the middle of a phase or a cycle. So what I'm seeing is, and 5s are chaotic. So our odd numbers, 5, 7, those are chaotic. Those are places where we're pivoting, we're shifting, we're making changes, we're fine-tuning things, trying to get to those points of stability, which are 4, 6, 8. 8's moving a little quickly, but 4s and 6s, you know, that's my foundation of my house. The 6 is the second story. So Omid is really at this point of chaos, trying to come out of this point of chaos. The 5 of Cups in reverse. This is like disappointment realized, then being cast out. This 5 of Pentacles in reverse is really about being cast out from the sanctity of the community or the congregation. This is being chucked out on the street. So I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something, Serendipity. If she cheated him out of money, this is going to get ugly. So the Hangman in reverse, he's now, the scales have fallen off his eyes. Now he's going to be able to see what's going on. He's cooling his heels at the moment and gathering a team. So that's our Hierophant here. This could even be going back to the royal family. Is he going back to the royal family? We do have the 5 of Swords there. Let's see. Knight of Pentacles. They don't want to have anything to do with him. They're like, yeah, get on with your bad self. We don't need you. So he definitely needs a team to work with that's going to be bright and decisive. So that's who he's going to be working with here. And he's got all these goodies that he could release. I think he is starting to realize that all the goodies that he has to release, despite having an NDA, that he really holds a lot of power in his hand. And I think he is thinking about whispering in someone's ear, whisper, whisper, and letting some of those things come out. But the devil in reverse is about breaking away. This Four of Wands in reverse is about not being happy. So I think you might be onto something. I think Omid may not be happy right now. He may not be getting the deal that he wanted. So let's talk about the court of Montecito. We'll do some storytelling. I know you guys love it when I tell stories. Let's do some storytelling with the court of Montecito. And let's see what the reality is for the court of Montecito, the exiled court of Montecito. Every time I think about their house, all I can think about is like the Russian royal family that went into exile and like the Grand Duchess Olga up in Canada. Like they're just, they're just in exile here. 16 people, everybody bolted. Wow. Am I boring tonight? I didn't think I was being boring. I thought this was fun. Sheesh. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep commenting. So let's see what the court of Montecito is like today. Let's see how they're doing. So Page of Cups, a lot of emotion because of shady stuff that's coming out. So if there is anything that they have hidden from each other, it's going to start coming out now. But this is mood swings, going up, going down, not really. Let them ponies run. You're making vanilla pudding. Oh, people are tied up with dinner serendipity. Good thinking. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a normal life. So, and I'm never boring. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Let them ponies run. Thank you, serendipity. So, they're at a standstill with ideas. Okay. So, and I think we're seeing that with the, and I have to tell you, I really cannot watch this show that they've put out. I cannot watch it. It was so boring that it literally put me immediately to sleep. So I've been watching all the other footage on it. I will attempt. I know everyone's saying, don't give them the clicks. Don't give them the clicks. I don't care about giving them the clicks because not really many people are watching it and they're going to pad those numbers anyway. What it felt like to me, it felt like I was watching an Instagram movie made by Instagram. Like they just took two people and they like did an Instagram thing. And I have a friend who's a filmmaker and he does, he was telling me about, there's a Tiny Cam film festival and it's, you film with your phone. So you get like that little, like when she had the towel on her head, you get just like that little thing. And, I just feel like they're out of ideas. Like they really don't have any other ideas. After this show launches it, and I came up with this other idea too. We'll get back to this. So I have this other idea. I commented on someone else's feed about it, someone else's video. So I have a feeling that this was her intention all along. This was her modernizing the royal family. I think she came in and was like, we should like, instead of like do a book, like we should do a reality show and like really show people what the royal family is. And I think they roundly told her that we don't want to pull that curtain back. Once that curtain is pulled back, now we're literally in a fishbowl all the time. And I think Harry's thing was, well, I'm already in a fishbowl. I'm already out there. So I think that she pitched this to kind of William, like, I know, Deborah, like the Aussie News is a riot. I actually, the two, I think they have the morning show on the Australian channel on Sky News, whatever it is, but they sat down and watched it. And the gal that's on there was hysterical. I love her accent. And she's so funny. She's like, I can't take this. She's so cute. So I think that they pitched that idea to the Queen and William and Catherine, like making the making of a king. And that would be the show. And that way her and Harry would have roles and she would be able to be an actress because she would be like the quirky American that came into the royal family. Like she already had like a role carved out for herself. And Harry's like the war hero who like everyone loves because he's a war hero. And he's like the hot guy. He's like got this fuckability. And I'm sorry that I said fuckability, but they were working on that a few weeks ago on his desirability or whatever it was. So I think that this was a pitch that she made to all of them. And this was the way that she was going to, you know, modernize the royal family by exploiting them. And I think that she's like, well, you know, we'll just go off and do it on our own, Harry. If they don't want to be a part of this, we will. And this was the storyline that she hitched her card to. Instead of making a king, where they kind of followed William through his whole time as Prince of Wales, she just kind of took it and did the whole exiled royals thing. So she's frustrated with the lack of movement forward, trying to do some creation. Usually when I get her, I get the Queen of Wands in reverse. Here's the Knight of Swords. This is him just spouting off at the mouth. She's got ideas. She wants to make the bullets and have him fire them so that they can preserve their finances. This is so they can get more in the pot and that they can preserve their finances. But the King of Cups, this is the king back home, is just not going to give them anything. He's throwing them pennies. He's throwing pence at them, not pounds. They're getting pence, which is really unfortunate. Queen of Cups, I think, you know, this is our love bombing situation, trying to rebuild with the family. I think this is her going to extend an olive branch, trying to create a new path forward with them. Like, look, we just had to get our truth out there. But look, we just had to get our truth out there. And now that everyone knows how we feel, we can work on healing. She doesn't get it. Like, this is a bridge that they burned. It's gone. It's Gone, gone. So here we are on the shores. And what on earth happened? Here's Harry. What on earth happened? And cast out. This is how our Montecito exiled, the court of Montecito is doing. So not very well. This is our inevitable future. So, and gaslighting in reverse. We're going to find out all the negative stuff they did. I think it was Tarot by Andy said somebody did Harry's chart and it's doom and gloom. He's in his chart is headed for a very, very serious marked failure in the middle of his life. So, yeah, Sunny girl, you know what? That I think all this footage, I think, is recreated. Like her, like, you know, panic stricken. They got in the car, they took their masks off. Like, you know, if you didn't want somebody to know who you were, leave your mask on, right? Like, I don't know, that would kind of make sense. Let's see how Harry is feeling about the release of this, the monetization of the children, basically what it's turned into, and the feedback back. Sunny girl, didn't you listen to her show? You can't say women are nuts. You can't say they're nuts. Crazy. Can't say crazy. I'm just kidding. You can say crazy here. I don't care. Say crazy. I say crazy all the time. I'm crazy. Gregopedia will tell you I'm crazy. So let's see how Harry is feeling about all this stuff. Oh, he's super emotional about it. But he wants to get out there and tell people that they didn't get it. Oh, so he's going to come up with this whole thing that, like, people are too stupid to understand his pain. They're too stupid to, they're so lowbrow and unevolved that they couldn't possibly understand what he went through. You've got to walk a mile in my shoes before you could understand how I really feel. So, I don't know if they're going to say at the end of this 6-part catastrophe, we're going to have to do another season because everyone will have to, everyone will have to hear more of our truth. So how does he feel about I don't want to say the exploiting of the children, but how does he feel about monetizing those children? He knows that people are judging him, and he's hoping that it's going to come. This is like your hope card, and like you could like shit in one hand and hope in the other. And this is pretty much, I'm sorry, I'm being really rude. This is pretty much, he's hoping that people are going to see, I think they're going to see it better by the end, and he's willing to fight. He's going to stand his ground on this one. He's really going to stand his ground. So wait, yeah, this, we'll take a look at that. We'll see if that was legit. She was totally mocking it, like that stupid goofy laugh that she had. So how is he feeling after this? Oh, he's not feeling good about this at all. Oh, Megan, I've got to get out of here, Megan. I can't do this anymore because nothing you said was going to happen happened. Nothing happened. Oh. So, and they're just destitute. They have nothing left. So, that's his concern. Like, this is going to, I don't think he really understands the, what earning potential is. I don't think he quite gets that. He's like, oh, right, you just go and get a job and then you make money. You just tell people you want a job and you get money. He doesn't quite understand how like it really works. So what we get here is, well, I can do anything, you can do better. I'm going to make a new start. And then not happening. He just doesn't have the goods. It's not that he's not bright. It's not that he's not clever. It's not that he's not funny. It's that he's just not suited for anything. He is suited to work for the royal family. So let's take a look. Take a walk down memory lane and see what actually was going through her head when she met Queen Elizabeth for the first time and this alleged dramatic medieval times bow happened. His face was something else. Little walk down memory lane. Do-do-do-do. Oh, her initial thought, I got this. I got this. I got this. I know what I'm doing. This is my initiation. I'm being brought into the royal family. That's what she thought. The audience with the queen was her being brought into the royal family. She was going to bow down. She did not read the room. Hangman in reverse is not reading the room correctly. And the sun in reverse, typically the sun in reverse is not a terrible card. But here with this not reading the room correctly, it's like she like told a joke that fell very poorly. Now, I don't know if she behaved in a jokey fashion when she did that, like she did in the mini series or whatever the hell it is. But what is it? Docudrama? I don't even know. So she she went in there with a character that she'd like developed that was going to be like cute and demure, not sure what to do, and tittering about it. She did not take it seriously at all. So it was like a fart in church. Like, I'm sorry, that's what it was. Again, not being really polite. But that feigned naivete brought Harry in closer, because what she was trying to do was she was trying to be like Cinderella, like, oh, I come from nothing, and I eat at Red Lobster at the salad bar. And he was like, oh, look at this now. And he was like really ripe in the love bombing / honeymoon phase. So like he was getting a lot of action from her, and like this was really exciting to like, hey, I'm gonna introduce her, and I found this perfect woman. She's like a lump of clay. We can turn her into whatever we need to turn her into. She's already telling me she wants to do everything like us. So he really fell hook, line, and sinker. When he saw her do this, he was like, oh, right. So if he was instructing her, or if Fergie was instructing her outside of the room, then, he was like, oh, she picked it up. She picked it up so well. So this kind of sparked the new interest. This concreted it for him that he was going to marry her. This was a moment where he was like, yes, she belongs here. And there's the Empress, and there's the Queen of Pentacles. She knew it. She knew she brought him in. That was her next step. That was where she said, now I've got to, create a pregnancy situation. Oh, it was Sizzler. I'm sorry, Deborah. I don't know, Red Lobster, Sizzler, whatever. Hands up, who remembers York Steakhouse? Like, we had a York Steakhouse in our mall. So this was where she said, now I've got to lock it down. I've got to make this pregnancy happen, and I've got to lock it down. I've got to make it happen. I'm in. That's when she started working on things and more love bombing. Like, the relationship got really intense after that. So, and then he said, oh, Harry, you could be king. Don't worry. You could be the king of my world. And then that's when all the planning started. So, was it insincere? Was her curtsy insincere to the queen? Was it insincere? So it wasn't insincere. She kind of felt that it was an opportunity for her to present herself as super naive, and also it wasn't, I mean, I guess it was a little insincere. It was like, kind of, this is ridiculous. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to laugh and giggle through it. And she thought that she came off as very cute and endearing. She thought she was very cute and endearing through that. So now, what was her motivation putting in such a dramatic? Because really, that's, if you go back and you watch that scene, it's really nothing without the bow, without the curtsy. It's really nothing. So what was the purpose of putting that in there? What was the purpose? Was it to humiliate the queen? Was it to... Oh, so what I was saying, so they, if they did pitch the idea of the Making of a King reality show, they still got it. They just created a reality show without the consent of the royal family. Think about it. They did. This is a reality show, but we're only seeing one of the houses. So this is like, they're if it was Game of Thrones, we would just have one of the houses not there. So we're going to have, I guess, the Duke of York, his house, the Sussexes in America, and then we're going to have the Windsors where they belong. So, what was the point of her so mockingly curtsying? What was the point? Sorry, sloppy shuffle. Sloppy shuffle. Tell a little story again. How are we doing, guys? Everybody's having fun? Oh, the gloves are off. The gloves are off. Oh! Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? This is success. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. She wants them to know the gloves are off, and she thinks they're all a joke. And she's celebrating because she's getting this. She is now attacking the institution by making it seem ridiculous and a joke. That's what we're looking at next. She's going to be stuck with this, though. She could have been Wallace Simpson, who was disliked, roundly disliked, you know. Sorry. Hang on one second. I have to mute myself. So she could have been Wallace Simpson. Sorry about that. I had to tell Greg he was getting a phone call. She could have been Wallace Simpson, who was partially disliked. I don't know if everyone disliked her. I don't know if it was quite as universal. But now she is kind of doubling down on this person who is going to just mock the monarchy. She's just so she's going to start. And I've always said this. I think the reason why she didn't want to get dressed by the palace staff is because she didn't want those puffy sleeves that Catherine wears all the time, which are really cute on her. Like, I can't wear puffy sleeves because I'm just too top heavy, and it would be like puffy sleeves, top heavy. I'd just be a mess. But Catherine looks spectacular, and it looks very elegant, and she basically can wear anything. I mean, throw a potato sack on her like Marilyn Monroe, and it would look great. So this is like, she's like, I don't care. This is the legacy I'm going to deal with. I can deal with the slings and arrows. That's basically what she's saying. Does not care about how this affects anyone in the family. She really doesn't. This is doubling down. Now, the Lover's card is about partnership and coming together, but this is about confirming her as a complete and total anti-monarch. That is what she wants to be known as, and that's why she did this. She does not care. She is moving forward in a different direction at a good clip. She does not care whatsoever. She doesn't care if they're thrown out of the monarchy. Frankly, I think that she's under the impression that they can sue them and that they can get money out of. There's our boy. There's William. I think she's under the impression that she can sue them and she will get the money that she needs. But again, I see pence, not pounds. I don't think anything like that is coming out. So I think it makes her a security threat to let them ponies run. And that's something that I wanted to talk about. So, you know, with all this hubbub, okay, with people booing them in the UK, in the United States, with people heckling them and being at these events that they show up, is it a security threat? Absolutely. Now, does this create a unique situation for the coronation? I think it does. Hola, Francois. Bonsoir. So, does this create a huge security problem for the coronation. One card. Yes, it's going to create a huge problem. So, is the plan to bring the children to the coronation? What better way to steal the king's thunder than to show up with 2 grandchildren that have rarely been seen and have never been seen moving? She wants to debut these children at the coronation. Yep. I'm going to say yeah. And it's very, very foolish. Yep. That's her next plan. Their next plan. It's going to be thwarted. They're not going to be allowed to do it. They're going to have to stay home. Stay home. They're going to have to stay home. Are they going to be uninvited? I don't know if they're invited yet, but the star, yes. Hopes for the future will be dashed. Under the surface is womp, 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 death. So they're not going to accept it. So what's their response going to be? They're going to be stuck, not pivot correctly, some anxiety, then depression. The anxiety is not going to come out as anxiety. It's going to come out as rage. So we're going to see rage out of this. And then it's going to tinker off into depression. We're going to see some depression there. So I think it's worth looking at the titles. I know Parliament was looking at the titles. They were people's YouTube videos were being reviewed. What is Parliament going to do about these titles? What is Parliament going to do about the titles? Sloppy shuffle. If you are new here, anytime we sloppy shuffle, you take a drink. And we have a little celebration. Yay, sloppy shuffle. Parliament's still working it out. They're still trying to figure it out. They're not giving in to any of this drama, though. They don't feel bad right now. So they're not overly protective of this family. They are kind of done with the pussyfooting around. Is it me or is the camera crooked? It's me. Sorry about that, guys. Now I'm straightened out. So I'm all crooked. I need a V8. So they're not pussyfooting around this anymore. They're like, you know, they've thrown all of this under the bus. They've thrown the country under the bus. Everyone's the R word. You know, it's not our problem that he doesn't have any money. We're not footing the bill for this anymore, and it's all going to come to surface soon. So we're going to see the titles go. How soon? Oh, King of Pentacles. He is in for it. It's a coming. Knight of Wands. Oh God, this is going to be such a hard lesson for him. And then there's he's going to be out on his own. This right here. So, oh, I'm sorry. It's not in the shot enough. Let me get it in the shot better. I'm so excited with this deck. I'm like, woo! So, King of Pentacles, flat broke, Sun, well, we have Knight of Pentacles not being able to bring that money in, not being able to manifest that money into his pockets. The Sun, it's going to come to the surface. King of Pentacles in reverse. He is not going to, there's going to be a brick wall between him and any money. The Knight of Wands, I think they're actually going to prevent him somehow from doing any further damage to the royal family. I think there's going to be some kind of discussion about that within Parliament. And then here, this is stripping away all of the security. This is stripping away all of the good stuff about being part of the royal family. So I think we're going to see this sooner than later. Can we get a timing card? Any timing cards on this? I got a 7 of Pentacles in reverse, so maybe 7 months. I don't know. They might give him like a reprieve for a little while. So, oof. So let's go backwards a little bit. What is Megan thinking about this? The release of the show and the response. What is she thinking about that? We keep it simple. Oh, Deborah, absolutely. Absolutely. She's guilt tripping him. She's guilt tripping him about how great her life was before. And she's now calling him out. This is part of the devaluing. Okay. She's starting to call him out. You said our lives were going to be great. You said our lives were going to be, you know, magical, and I wouldn't have anything to worry about. You told me it was going to be fine. Everything was going to, I gave up my career. I gave up everything. The reality, like, she keeps going back to that, and that's not true. She did not give up her career. Her career gave her up. I can't do anything now in the future. I'm unable to, thrive and succeed. I'm just not going to be able to do it. And, I was an idiot, and she's being she's lashing out. She's being crazy. And, I said the C word. I said the crazy word. She's lashing out at him, and saying, like, all I wanted was a simple life. All I wanted was a simple life. So, this is like really, really bad gaslighting. Now, those of you that have followed me for a while, I've always, there was a point where I said, the police are going to be called to the house. We're going to start seeing police calls to the house, because that's what happens in situations where there's, a DV going on, or the word A. You'll see repeated calls, and that when it is a false situation, they'll call the police and they'll get them there so that they can establish a paper trail. So here we go. This is going. I said previously that I thought she was going to come out when she does split up with him, and she's going to say that he was the A word, not asshole, but the A word, and that he was mentally not stable. And I think she was going to blame it, at the time when I was doing the readings, I was just going to blame it on substance abuse, that he was poisoned by his family, that he was unconsciously biased because of his family, because of his upbringing. And she tried to save him, but she just couldn't do it. And now she's a single mother of 2 children. So I think that we're gonna see some of that, as unhappy as she gets. Now, here we go. This is like the, barricading yourself in a room because you're frightened by his behavior. You just can't deal. Oh, you're just too out of sorts. And he's so going to be scapegoated by her. All right. So let's go back because we're talking about scapegoat stuff. So does he really believe that it's his fault she doesn't talk to her dad? Does he really believe that? Sloppy shuffle. Oh, serendipity, you're right. Everybody's finished in dinner and coming in. Does he really believe that it's his fault? Does he really believe? Well, here's some good news, boys and girls. I don't think he believes it. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's not a viable story. It's not a viable story. It's not going to work. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, which is breaking away, partnering, unpartnering, uncoupling. Here we are out in the cold again. And then the Magician making plans for the future, moving on. This is interesting. This is interesting. He's stuck. It's our Eight of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Swords, he's stuck. He doesn't have anywhere to go. I think his options are limited. I think that's where, yep, his old life is dead. It's gone. Oh my God. And he's out of power. So we've got Death in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, and the Emperor in reverse. He is not driving his own future. He's not doing it. It's unfortunate. He is at the whim of her, unfortunately. He's just going to coast along. I think he wants to leave, but he can't because he knows that he's hit the point of no return. So, oh boy. So I'm very curious. I kind of want to go look at his chart. Not that I'm any kind of astrologer. So just looking at some of your comments. I don't know if I missed any readings for anybody. Let me check my PayPal, my Venmo. And we'll check Venmo. Just make sure nobody's dropped anything. Oh, I got to check Cash App too now. Cash App. The Cash App is weird. Like I had a hard time using it the other day. I was like, oh dear. All right. So all right. So where are we going from here? Let's see what Prince Philip thinks about all this. Should we go there? You know what? Should I switch decks? Nah, this deck is hot. Let's keep going. So I am watching The Crown. I just started the second season. I never watched it before. And I think Prince Philip is charming. Even though he's kind of a dude's dude. I think he's charming. We're having a beard contest. What does Prince Philip think of all this? What does he think of all this? Cut bait, run back to your family. Your life is headed for nowhere. You suck at what you tried to do. And quit pretending and come back home. Quit pretending you're a commoner. Enough is enough. So, all good messages. Quick come back before you can't. I think Philip in the great beyond, Prince Philip, I think he thinks that there's still a chance for Harry to come back on his own. We'll look into Queen Elizabeth in a second too. But I did hear a little rumor that King Charles had told him, here's some money at the Queen's coronation. You can't have any more, and you can't come back unless you come back alone. So let's see if that's true. Did King Charles give Harry a sloppy shuffle? Sloppy night. Sloppy night. Did he give him a sum of money? At the funeral? We'll start there. That's one question at a time. Did he give him a sum of money at the funeral? So this would tell me either no or it wasn't very much. Did he not give him very much? He basically told him there's no further partnership with you, so there's no reason to give you any money. So I think he refused him. I don't think he gave him a sum of money. I'm just going to put it out there. I think he said, you know, you've made your decision, you're moving on, you don't want to be a part of this, so we're not going to make your dreams come true. I'm not a bank. So did he tell him to not come back, or that he could only come back alone? That I think is a no. I think he told him you have to do what's best for your family. You have to do what's best. You know, we have to save face as the royal family, but you made your decision. You went off on this journey, on this adventure. I'm going on an adventure. And he said, you know, that we have to cut you out for the family. I don't think there was any consideration for him to come back. Wow. I don't think they made him any promises like that. So was it just so he wouldn't go back and say that to Meghan? Did he say that? Did he say you can't come back and omit the Meghan part so that Harry wouldn't go back and tell Meghan? Yes, probably. That was bad judgment on his part, but whatever. Let's deep dive into King Charles's head. Would he take him back if he left Meghan? Would he take him back into the family if he left Meghan? Would he do it? That moon card just jumped out of nowhere. That was weird. That was weird. This is unknown. This is secrets behind the scenes. We'll put him over there. And doesn't look like he wants to. He wants him to go and earn his own money and do his own thing and find out how great it was to be a part of the royal family. He wants him to starve a little bit. He's really skinny with that vegan lifestyle, so I don't know if he can starve for very long. But this basically, he does not want him back. He wants to earn his way back. Charles is not going to make this easy on him because now Charles is king. Charles wants him to know what it's like to be destitute, and maybe he'll get an appreciation for what he had. Maybe. I don't know if this plan is going to work. It feels like outward bound tough love, but I don't know if it's going to work. So, all right, last couple of questions. Let's see. I'm going to switch decks just because I feel like our gal needs this. What does Queen Elizabeth think of the bow on the show? The curtsy from hell. Oh, I was hoping I wouldn't see this. It broke her heart. It broke her heart. It was an affront to the institution. Had she been alive when she saw this, there would have been very, very serious consequences would have come of it. She is not happy about it. Oh, she actually is beyond angry about it. They would be exiled. She would have exiled them. She would have been done with it. She would have very, very, very much become the empress of the British Empire. She would have turned into something unrecognizable. No plans for them. She would have cut them off at the quick. She just would have stripped them of everything. She would have stripped them of everything. She would have said, we're done. We're not having this conversation anymore. Our conversations are over. You guys are on your own. Very angry about how this was handled. And I think she would have even done other things behind the surface or behind the scenes to prevent them from moving forward. And perhaps she's doing that from the great beyond. She may well be doing that. I was really curious if like she's going to show up in any of the castles as a ghost. Like, I really hope she does. I think, Balmoral would probably be the place where she would show up. And I don't know if Balmoral, what did they say? Sandringham or Balmoral is going to become possibly a museum, along with Buckingham Palace. So the preservation of the family, and you've got to cut off those bad roots. You got to cut them off and then start all over again. Her concern is more about the future, and she's confident that she raised two good kings. She's confident that she raised two good kings, and that they will help the legacy endure. Unfortunately, without some individuals there. So that is a shame. Is she working behind the scenes to support the royal family? She working behind the scenes. This deck smells weird now. And I think she's getting ready to transition back in. Yeah, she doesn't know where she's going to transition back in, but she's preparing to transition back in. So I don't think she's involving herself with too much terrestrial stuff. She's just getting ready to come back to reincarnate. So there it is. So kids, let's look at some of the comments. Let me go down to the comments. Oh, couple minutes, Raven. Couple minutes. I'm just reading my comments and then I'm all yours, girl. So, all right, let me put some crystals on my cards. All right, so I'm just going to look at the comments. Hydrate, hydrate. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cute. Your brother ran away. He had his backpack, an encyclopedia, and a PB&J. The encyclopedia, I totally get. That was a good move. That was a good move. Oh, and he set up behind your house. So cute. Yeah, he did. He definitely, throw them in the tower 100%. I don't think Harry liked it either. I don't think that he so oh, Sonny, I have to look that up. I don't know if he can lose the prince title. Oh, all I know is that if they lose the Sussex titles, that he, I think, stays Prince Harry, and then she becomes Princess Henry, which possibly is what she wanted all along, to be Princess Henry, because she has Princess Meghan Markle everywhere, but she's not going to be Princess Meghan Markle. She's going to be Princess Henry. Oh, Balmoral's the one. Yeah, I would love to go hang out at Balmoral for a little bit. I think he is going to get a bit more. I think he's going to become a brick wall. And I think he's going to be like, we're just not doing this. Like, I'm not doing this nonsense. I'm not a bank. So I think that's really how he's going to proceed with all of this. It's a mess and it doesn't need to be. And I've had plenty of people in my life that screwed up their families, screwed up stuff because of whatever they had going on, whether it was a crappy spouse or some crappy life choices. So I think that I don't have a lot of makeup on today, guys, too. I'm like, my eyes look like, they look like they're closed. I don't have like crazy eyeshadow on today. So I just think that he's going to be like, no, there's going to be a lot more no's. I think there's a lot more people between Harry's phone calls and King Charles than there were before. I think there's a lot of hoops he has to get through. And that's one of the things that I think they're doing is they're putting more hoops between the Royals and the Sussexes. I think they're just making it more and more difficult for them to get in. So, we could see a situation where they just decide to go to the coronation themselves and they have like their own party at Soho House. Oh, that would be so much fun. So, who knows what we're going to see there. I know, right? Let them ponies, like that would be a riot, right? Like they're having their own coronation over Soho House, like just we're royals too. No one owns the word royal. So he got impatient waiting for Camilla. Really? She waited for him long enough. Oh, did I say that out loud? I did. Well, listen, guys. Thank you, Deborah. You're very welcome. So I will, like I said, I'm not going, let me pull this down. I am not going live on Wednesday. I will not be here on Wednesday. I will be here on Friday on Alicia's channel. But if you haven't joined the Moon Moth Manor, go join it, because at aliciawicker.com, we're going to be doing her premiere for the month. She's going to be doing totally uncensored video for what's going to happen in the month. I'm going to be a spectator. I'm just going to be like a regular person, which is always fun. I can just sit there and enjoy. I'll be eating popcorn while I'm watching, having a glass of wine. But Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. This is the best part of my day. I do love it so much. I'm going to go make some dinner for the house, and I will catch you guys on Friday. I'll see you all again. I'm going to try and pull out some production videos in the middle of my day, but I got to go into the office 2 days this week. Who does that? Who's working in offices? It's so stupid. Nonetheless, thank you, everybody. I will see you later. Okay. Bye-bye.